And I will ride to the ends of the earth for a man who has not even shown me that he deserves everything that I bring to the table in the slightest. Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Haldriana, and you are tuning into the very first episode of Buckle Up Buttercup. Okay, in this series, I want to just kind of share some real life experiences with you all that I have dealt with, probably still dealing with, and just go ahead and put y'all in the loop so we can be holding each other accountable for the things that we sometimes do as women that just does not make sense. So as you can see from the title, this episode is just basically going through all the things of every man that you meet and that you date is not your husband and is not husband material. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to dive right into it. Every man that you meet is not your husband. Just because he's giving you attention, he may be giving you some money, he's probably telling you that he loves you, that does not equate to the person that is your person and that you're going to spend your life with. A lot of times we treat men like this before they've done anything to actually earn it. And when it all boils down to it, we be butt hurt because things didn't work out, when in reality we gave so much to a situationship that we never should have given anything to begin with. There is a huge difference between the man that we're dating, potentially the man that's even our boyfriend, and the man that we are with for a commitment, the man that we are with to build a future, to get married, and all the things. Okay, so let's go ahead and just start with the man that we're just dating. This is just, it may be our boyfriend, but it ain't. We know deep down inside that he's probably not the man for us. Okay, he likes the idea of you. All right. Any man that's dealing with a woman off rip, clearly he likes the idea of you. Like, women, we are amazing creatures. We have so much to offer outside of the physical. Like, the world just cannot exist without us. So the idea of a woman, of you, absolutely excites him. Okay, he plays it safe, so he may not do too much, but he's gonna do just enough so that you're not complaining about anything. He's interested in the convenience of you being available to him when he needs it, when his needs need to be met, and you drop everything that you're doing in order to make sure that you are available. And lastly, he enjoys your presence. Okay, you're probably fun to be around, you a vibe, you a whole little situation, all of the things that men just love. Okay, but the difference between that and a husband that is going to value and protect you, and he is going to make sure that your well-being, your mind is safe, and that you feel secure at all times. Okay, your husband, the man that's meant for you, he's gonna include you in his future, and he's gonna make plans for you all's future that he sees together. And then he's gonna be committed to the growth of you all. It's not gonna be just a little fling type situation. He is committed to seeing you achieve your goals. He's committed to you being a better woman and growing into a better woman, a better mom, a better wife, and just all of the things. And then of course he's going to invest in your well-being. Everything about you is important to him. Your mental, your mind, your energy, like how you're feeling when you wake up. He is absolutely dedicated to your well-being and everything that revolves around you. We have got to stop treating every man that we meet like he has done something to earn the fact that we think he's husband material. Okay, we meet subpar men who do the bare minimum. They may take us out to dinner. They may, buy us a purse or something. And all of a sudden, like, I've met my husband. And this is coming from someone who has had 11 husbands. Okay, baby, when I meet him and he just is checking off all these boxes immediately, like, I am the definition of, girl, I have met my husband. This one is my husband. Okay, and I will ride to the ends of the earth for a man who has not even shown me that he deserves everything that I bring to the table in the slightest. We give wife level effort to men who haven't proven themselves, and we have got to stop doing that. We cannot continue to ride and die for a man who has not shown us that he can provide, protect, care about our well-being, care about our goals, our aspirations, and even men who show us that they don't even love themselves. Okay, I know it is so easy to try to build a man, and no, we are not Bob the Builders or Barbara the Builders. We cannot fix a man. If he does not love himself properly, he will not know how to give that love to anyone. And that is not something that we can fix in order to create a husband. It's never going to work. And when I say this, I mean when we start overextending the things that we as women naturally do. Cooking, cleaning, being there for them emotionally and mentally, sacrificing our personal goals to make sure that their goals are being reached and their aspirations are in order. And we tend to forget the things that we love. I am guilty of being with a man, picking up my life, moving for a man, making all of his dreams and his goals come through and come true. And then when it came down to it, it was just like, you would have thought that he built it on his own, and we cannot continue to do that. We are so easily convinced that a man loves us because he's telling us that he loves us, and it's just like, okay, baby, them words don't mean nothing. I can say anything out of my mouth, and although these are things that we know, we are so easily manipulated as women. And we get to a point where we start giving unlimited emotional support. We start, pouring out of our cup, not getting anything reciprocated or in return. And before you know it, we're emotionally drained and not knowing where things went wrong. And we start accepting the bare minimum, even though we see that things are not changing and that they will probably never get better until we can't even recognize ourselves in the mirror. And we are not doing that in 2025. The harsh truth is that, if you have to beg for love, respect, effort, then you're more than likely not in a marriage-worthy relationship. If anything, at the bare minimum, you're in a situationship, and all he's doing is reaping the benefits of what you have had to offer in the time frame that you are together. Okay, at some point we have to start using common sense, and if things don't make sense, if 1 + 1 isn't adding up to 2, then we need to get up out of there expeditiously. And the craziest thing is that there will always be signs. The problem is that we are so good at ignoring those signs, acting like we just don't even, see that malarkey is taking place right before our eyeballs. And the number one sign is that he's going to be extremely inconsistent. Okay, he's going to be straddling the fence. He's going to have one foot in, one foot out. He's going to be here today, not here tomorrow. He's probably going to be feeding you some bull crap about how he can't leave his baby mama but they're not together, or he can't move out from with his ex-wife but they're not married, and all of this because of the kids and because of this and because of that. And like, girl, do I need to bung you over the head? Because that's the number one sign to get up out of there. Okay, we are not going to continue to be boo boo the fool for men who feed us, you know, what we want to hear. And in reality, we don't want to hear that. We are just wanting to believe that whatever they're feeding us is true. We want to be able to cash in our ticket to the dream and not really come to the realization that that dream is actually a nightmare. Sign number 2, he's going to be very non-committal. Okay, what that means is that he will not have any intention, and he will not ever have any conversations in regards to there being a future with you all. When you have conversations, it will be very apparent that he does not include you and you are extremely temporary in his life. Okay, he is not going to use any words like we, us, our. They're going to be very much I, very much me, and we're just going to sit there like, yeah, I'm going to support you. No, because you're not even going to be there. So don't even make plans. Okay? The next thing is that he is going to benefit from you more than he pours into you, and you're never going to feel like he is on your side. Okay, he has no intentions on ever supporting any of your dreams, any of your goals. He's going to watch you struggle with the things that he knows that are important to you, and when you are doing well and when you are succeeding, he's going to give off extremely jealous vibes. Okay, he's going to make it seem like you all can come back to the things that you want to do after he has achieved his goals. And no, we're not doing that either. Don't even think about it, because the answer is no, we're not doing that. If it does not make sense, you need to get up out of there. If it does not make sense, you need to get on up out of there. Okay? Because it's going to be a disaster waiting to happen, and you are going to be unable to recognize yourself, and you are going to be unable to put your finger on where shit went left. Trust me, I'm telling you, because I have been there, and I do not want the same thing for a woman who may be dealing with the same issue right now. So, how are you going to shift your mindset? How are you going to get to a point where you're dating with intention, you're dating to actually create a future with someone, and you're dating for your husband? First thing, you're going to stop dating, because you need to take a look in the mirror and see exactly why it is you keep putting yourself in situations with men who leave you feeling empty. Okay, you may need to seek some therapy. You may need to talk to a friend, a pastor, somebody, because you need to figure out what it is about yourself that leads you to continue to deal with men who do not have your best intent in mind, before you get into a point where you're dating again. Otherwise, you're just going to repeat the cycle, and we don't want to do that. Okay. The second thing is, we're going to take a moment to figure out what potential are we looking for to make us feel like men that we meet and that we're dealing with and talking to and creating situations with, what is it that is sticking out to us to say that, man, I want to marry this man? Like, we have some real life questions that we need to ask ourselves. One being, do you have issues with being alone? And if you have issues with being alone, then the thing you need to be working on is being happy by yourself. Treating yourself the way you want someone to treat you. Taking yourself out on dates, taking yourself out on trips, treating yourself well. Because then when your husband comes along, you're going to know exactly what it is that you will and will not tolerate based off of how you have treated yourself. Your self-worth and your self-love is going to be key to finding out exactly what it is you want and being able to set those healthy boundaries. That way, when you get to a point where you are ready to date again, you won't allow someone to overstep the boundaries that you have set in place. Boundaries that protect you, boundaries that guarantee you are being treated the way that you want to be treated. And eventually you get to a point where you are dating with discernment. So basically you're able to judge whether or not a person is offering a situation that you foresee yourself being in for the long haul. When a man meets a woman, I really do believe that they already know fairly quickly if they have met someone who is going to be a person that they want in their lives for an extended amount of time. Okay? Men already know exactly what it is they want. They know what they're looking for. And when they find it, they do not let it go. And that won't come with heartache. It won't come with control. It won't come with toxicity. Like, a man that loves you is going to value everything about you. And like I said earlier in the video, he is going to make it his mission to make sure that he protects you and that he supports your dreams and your aspirations, especially when you are giving him what he needs. And honestly, I feel like most men don't require much. Most men want a woman that offers them some peace. Most men want a woman who feels like home for them, and most men want a woman that makes things easier for them. The wrong relationship can hold you back from the right one that is fulfilling, one that feels like home, one that feels like peace, one that there's no doubt, and one that just, it checks off all the boxes that you have and so much more. Okay? Do not waste your time giving wife treatment to a man who is just passing through. All right. I believe that people do come into your life for seasons. People come into your life to teach you lessons. And we have to get to a point where we are okay with that being just that. We have to get to a point where we can say, okay, this relationship has taught me everything that I needed. I have already gotten everything I needed from this person. It is time for both of us to move on because that's just not my person. And that's okay. And when we do that, we can leave some relationships, because I know sometimes things get crazy. But we can leave those relationships with ourselves still intact and without hatred. Because a woman that gets to a point where they hate a man, that's just a whole nother level. Okay, so if you find yourself to be in that type of situation, I need you to have a conversation with yourself and really ask yourself what it is that you are seeking and if you need to get out of your current situation. All right, I hope that you all have enjoyed this video. Please comment below if you have anything to say, any stories to share. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. And until next time, on our next episode of Buckle Up Buttercup, ciao.